champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up.
Hi viewers, welcome to Pagepedia Videography Challenge, Immortality with a Bridge. I'm sure you know Abiodun. It is with the utmost humility and sincerity that I present to you a superstar actress in the person of Mrs. Chika Chukwu, as a living testament and recollection of history in the making in our generation. You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, I'm good. Thank you. Oh well, that's an introduction. My name is Chika Chukwu, or Andrea Chika Chukwu. If you add the Mrs., it's Mrs. Aharon, not Chukwu. Chukwu is my father's name. Aharon is my husband's name.
So, ma'am, could you please introduce yourself to us all?
My name is Andrea Chika Chukwu, and I'm an artist. So I'm an artist because I'm an actor, a singer, and I produce. I'm a creative mind.
That's great. Can you tell us about your educational background, family background, and where you stand from?
Wow, okay. Well, I come from a big family. I'm the first of 5 children. My father is late. My mother is still alive. And my siblings are awesome. Let's just say I'm from the eastern part of Nigeria. I have nephews and nieces, and I'm married. I have a husband who is Irish. That's about it. I went to school in Nigeria and in the United Kingdom. So I went to a bunch of high schools and primary schools because my late father was a custom officer. So I'm a proper Nigerian. I'm one of those kids who's seen most of Nigeria. I've seen the eastern part, the western part, the northern part, and the south part.
So how has the experience been so far in the movie industry?
It's been a roller coaster. You know, I started pretty young, so I'd have to say it's been great.
Okay.
I've had my ups and downs. I've had kick-ups. As an actor, you kind of have those startups and restartups, and I have had those. I've had blocks as well, but if this is what you want to do, which is what I've wanted to do my entire life, you keep doing it. You keep pushing through and hope for the best. So generally, that's what I've done, and try to give 150% more when I can.
So how do you balance music, movie, film, and family?
Well, I think that the balance comes because your family, first of all, love you. So, number one, they'll do everything to make sure that you're settled, that there's a balance. So, I have an extremely understanding husband. I cannot overstress that. And it's not just because he's Caucasian, because everybody will say, because now you go. No, Brian is just encouraging. He's the embodiment of really what I was looking for as in a partner. So he's very supportive, encourages me to go. So I travel whenever I need to. I go wherever I need to work, and you know, it doesn't put a hinge on our relationship. My siblings are amazing. They call, starting from when I was younger anyway, they'd stay with me, they'd call, and I started really reeling through a lot of things in the industry, which would be, I started with modeling, then singing, then acting, and then at some point moved through singing and acting, and then singing, then acting, then TV presenting. So I've tried to stay busy. As an artist, I try to stay busy because there are times when different parts of the entertainment industry hasn't paid in terms of finance. So if acting wasn't paying me, TV presenting was paying me, so I could act and go along. If acting wasn't paying, singing was. So and then my mother is my number one fan. Really and truly, I don't think that even at the times when we disagreed about this career for me, all of that pushed me to do better, to want to be better, to excel at this. So my family is amazing. My friends are the most understanding, and my support system also in the industry because I don't have a lot of friends, but the friends that I do have, who are also my colleagues at work, they're amazing. That's all I can say. So I just keep at it and hope to God that when my time is up, I would have made an impact. So when somebody says, "Oh, do you know Chika Chukwu? Or do you remember Chika Chukwu?" Oh yeah, that girl that, oh, and she did this. It wouldn't just be about me acting, it would be because there are a few people who I have touched their lives either with my work or as an individual.
That's great. So from now, what would you say is your greatest career accomplishment?
My greatest career accomplishment? Wow. I cannot put my hand on one exact thing, but at every stage I have had one thing that has shot me out in the limelight. So for TV, it would have to be Fuji House of Commotion. Amaki gave me, the role of Jumoke Fuji on a platter, and I ran with it. And of course, with every hard work comes the amazing gifts of blessings and all of that, fans, and that was really great for years. I was in Fuji House for 7 years, so that was amazing. And a guy called Chida Rama and Moses Ebere in Contact Movies gave me my first 2 leads in Liquid Love and Liberation back in the late 90s, and that kind of shot up my film acting career out of just being one of those kids, and it went forward. In terms of singing, the first person who actually gave me, kind of a push, yeah, you can sing. Julius actually challenged me, Julius Alvin challenged me once to stop singing karaoke with him and, go into it professionally. And I auditioned for the late Sammy Nedo, and Sammy Nedo employed me to sing as a backup for him in his band. And after that, I got another opportunity. I did a soundtrack for Jetta Amata for a film we did together called Tears of a Woman. And whilst we were editing that film, Idris Abdulkarim back then came to the studio and they were discussing about making a video for this song he figured he wanted to release called Play Amiji. And he said, oh, and how he was auditioning for a girl who would sing with him and play concerts with him. And Jetta goes, oh, my friend can sing, she does soundtracks, she's been doing movie soundtracks, and I'm sure. And he goes, oh yes, he's holding an audition, and I went, and I got picked. So we did Play Amazing, all the mommy thing, and I had an amazing ride with Idris. I would have to say, Idris is a disciplined artist. People like Timaya will tell you that as well, because Timaya worked with Idris as well in the background. And the amount of time Idris used to put into rehearsals or getting ready for a show, amazing. The effort, the energy. It was serious to Idris. If you didn't come for rehearsals, you didn't play the shows. There was no how important you were or whatever. So that also I took on into work when I eventually did my own when I finally released my own single, and my album is finished now. And when I started producing my own films or producing for others, I've taken that discipline into my work. And so like you see, what I mean is there have been different people. And when I was away from Nigeria for a while and came back and did a bunch of things behind the scenes, and I worked with Amma, and then I was doing all of that. And then I got the script for The Meeting from Mildred Okwo and Rita Dominic, and that was amazing as well. Then being Mrs. Elliot, then Luce Jumbo, and I started doing a bunch of projects. Unconditional, Under Your Skin, along that. It just kept churning out. So I just kind of fell back into making movies. And so I've been working since then. I've worked with Choma Chukwu, Moni Oboli, Uche Jumbo, Rita Dominic, Mildred Okwo, Ego Boyo. It's just been a constant ride. So I've had my out time and in time. I also worked with E. Kelly in the studio trying to make this album. I'm making a new soul album. I don't think that there is, because everybody who knows me can say, oh, is it a rap, is it hip hop? And I go, no. That doesn't mean I'm never going to do that. But right now, I'm in this space where I feel more neo-soul-like, more India Irish, Asha, Waje. So I'm in that zone at the moment, and I'm loving it. So, but the challenge you find with being a multifaceted artist is sometimes you feel like you're letting go of one part, or you're letting one part slide. But I don't tend, in my mind's eye, I tend to say there are breaks. I sometimes give my music career a little bit of a break, reassess where I want to go with it, and same thing happens with movies. And lately, I think maybe I'm a bit more focused as to achieving as producer and an assistant director. But all in all, I'm having an amazing time. So I have had, different people at different times impact my life, really and truly. So the ride is continuous.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, what are some of the personal and professional goals for the future?
Personal and professional goals. Well, personal, as human beings, we really don't have a lot of. We try our best to do what is right by us and our family and friends. And sometimes, my husband tends to say, we plan and God laughs. Because at the end of the day, what God wants to happen is what's going to happen. So I give my life and my family life and my friends 150% at every point in time that I can. Every day is a gift, so I'm thankful for it. Professionally, I would love to just work more, work with younger people who are younger than I am, work with people also who are either older than I am or at the same level, to make more of our stories, tell stories about us, our journey. So I'm hoping to work more. I'm hoping to do a lot more stories that show us, our culture, whether it be in Nigeria or in the diaspora.
So how do you approach the unknown?
How do I approach the
Unknown.
The unknown? Face front. Bam. What do you do? There's no amount of preparation you can prepare for things you don't see coming. But when they come, whether it be because everybody has a high and low moment. I don't care how amazing you are or think you are. Everybody. The rich, the poor, the middle class, everybody has a high and low moment. So when what you were not expecting comes, for me, how I deal with it is, first of all, I go, bang, it's here. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. So what do? I try not to judge. I sometimes can be a bit of a perfectionist, but I have come to realize that life isn't really perfect. Nobody's life is perfect. So I try not to judge myself harshly. I say to myself, well, this could have been done better, maybe this could have been avoided, but this is where we are now. And I seek advice when I'm confused.
So what contribution do you think your job contributes in society?
Wow. Creative minds, I think, whether people like it or not, it's my opinion anyway, they keep us happy. They keep us alert. They remind us to be human. And I think the creative minds, or my industry, the entertainment industry as a whole, in Nigeria, outside of Nigeria, they serve as an archive. So they remind us of the past, so we don't forget, so that we remember not to make the same mistakes.
Thank you very much. So, in one word, what are you most proud of?
Oh wow, in one word, what am I most proud of? Myself? Is it selfish to say that? Myself? I am so thankful to God, because there are times when I have found myself up against a wall and I have stood my ground. And I sometimes believe it's going to break me, and I somehow make it out. And there is all that light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm thankful to God, and He every day's gift constantly reminds me how much love God has for me. Whether it is via, just me speaking to my mother and knowing she's healthy and she's all right. Because my mother is amazing. She has been an amazing tool in my life. If I'm able to get to the place where my mother is as a person, achieve what she has achieved, whether I'm impacting in people's lives or in her own children's life, I'd be quite thankful. I'm thankful for my friends, my family. I know people who have friends, but they're not really friends. I'm not one of those people. I have people who look for me, who call me. We hang out, we talk to each other, we're truthful to each other, not people who give you a laissez-faire attitude or your OUS members. I don't have those kind of people. And for that, that's a lot to be proud of. That's a lot to be thankful for. And like every human being, I have my shortfalls, and like everybody else who's a Christian, I'm a sinner as well. But that God finds in His infinite mercy to forgive me, to keep me going, that's amazing.
That's very interesting. So, in the spirit of Pagepedia Videography Challenge, I need you to challenge 3 or 4 more people to come and share their success story to impact into the next generation. I need you to look into the camera and I do so.
Okay, so I'm gonna challenge 3 people, no more than 3. I challenge Linda Ihoma Ejiofor, I challenge Uche Jumbo, and I challenge Tope Ogun.
Thank you very much. So, what words of advice do you have for the younger generation, the older generation, people looking up to you as a source of inspiration?
My advice, be you, be who you are, be the best you that you can be, and then let God do the rest. Yeah, hear people out, take in the good, and let go of the ones that don't kind of suit you. And you can't be like anybody else because there's nobody that is like you. Be the best you that you can be. That's what I try to do every day. If you want something, go for it. Don't let anybody tell you you can't. There's no such word. For me, there is no cannot. There's only can do, will do, should do. There's no cannot. It's only can. Just do it.
Thank you very much. You heard it all. Just do it. Don't limit yourself. There is no cannot. Watch more videos on www.pagepedia.com. God bless you.